Hello viewers, welcome to Dailies on TVRC. I am Hagitunde Samuel Vincent. Joining me on set today is...
How you doing, Samuel?
With me is the Vanguard newspaper.
With me is Punch newspaper. On the front page of Punch newspaper, forest crisis. Trader loss as Naira rebounds to 720 Naira per dollars. Amin offers free medical service to Kogi communities. Nigerian economy in state of emergency. This is coming from Ogun State PDP senatorial candidate. Obaseki allocates 35,000 acres of land for housing and industrial projects. Will also be found on the front page of Punch. Nigeria built its gross Q3 revenue by 393 billion naira. Truckers seek Lagos government's intervention to end extortion. On the same front page of Punch, Buhari's no house in UK comment anger netizens. Obi investment in Anambra next to nothing. This is coming from Soludo. Farmer kick as CBN Central Bank urges anchor borrowers programs funding. Lagos Port Harcourt likely to witness weather catastrophe, says federal government. Ritual. Herbalist tackle Otlia, Yahoo boy over missing woman. Could also be found on the front page of Punch. And this sweet waving kidnappers lure 5-year-old killed victim for recognizing him. Also on the front page of Punch, Lagos to Ibadan commuters panic after another attack. Commissioner brimstone. And it's very easy for me to take this also on the front page of Punch. Fake agent defraud Ekiti, Ondo, Osun urge traveler. Man who shot student protester over arguments nabbed. Okay, and then let me take this from coming from business. Baobab MFG gets recognition. Atiku convoy, PDP set to petition Abdulsalami panel. Trust us to rebuild Nigeria, says Obi. Mr. Akitri, I think we should have we start this from here, which says I trust. You say trust us to rebuild Nigeria, says Peter Obi. So what's your take on this?
Well, election is actually fast approaching, and who never can tell. In a very short while, you are going to see different kind of campaign strategies coming from from different politicians. This period is actually very sensitive in the history of Nigeria because year in year out, I mean every four years we keep seeing politicians promising all manners of but this time around I think Nigerians should wise up.
Yes.
Antecedent must be thoroughly checked. We must know their background. We must know those who are actually on their way to posterity. Don't forget, posterity will judge everyone. Like I said, the antecedent is of great essence. Okay. Let's know if if they have a very good background.
Okay, let's check these political bullets. Call it political bullets. I don't think APC will survive after 2023. This is coming from Atiku. As a leading opposition party to be saying this, do you think it's possible that APC cannot survive after 2023?
Well, I think, in my opinion, we need to look at it logically. Don't forget there's a kind of a fallout between himself and with the pipe governors.
Yeah.
They are called the G5 governors, yes. PDP G5 governors. So, and if he lost this election, it's going to be just a total timeout for him. Because don't forget, he has been in this game for a long for a period of time now.
Yes.
And if he's unable to clinch the ticket this time around, I mean, if he's unable to emerge as the president of Nigeria, then I think that is going to be a game over for him.
Yes.
So I don't know where he's getting that from. I would actually admonish PDP, being the leading opposition party, to get their act correctly. They need to unify their. They need to, I think they have a kind of in-house problem, and that needs urgent attention. It needs to be fixed so that we have a level playing ground towards as we are moving towards the 2023 election.
Okay, let's take this one. This concern the economy. We know that this is a rhetorical question. We should look at it very well. Since Nigerian economy in state of emergency is coming from Ogun State PDP senatorial candidate, whereas you, being an economist, do you think Nigeria economy is in state of emergency, and what level of emergency?
Nigeria as a whole is in a state of emergency.
Yes.
So let's just pitch our tent under that subset,
yes.
Economy. Do we agree with me that the cost of goods and services, they are in their rate, in their exponential rate?
Yes.
We at the rate of unemployment, we keep graduating students year in year out. Where are the jobs? They are not actually they are not forthcoming. And again, look at the food insecurity. Despite the fact that we have all it takes to succeed, but our own people, they are still very much there. Don't forget this, 001.
Yes.
1001. Now, some will tell you people have, intentionally engage in a hunger strike for them to meet up to their daily needs.
I don't know. Maybe you will still have this something to say on this also, because I have many choosing here on Punch, and I don't know how to take my eyes off of them. So it's also tally with the economy. Talking about forest crisis, trader loss as naira the pounds to 750. Why do you think Nigeria currency continue to depreciate in the world market?
When you see what gives rise to the local currency is the level of production.
Okay.
And I ask you, what are we producing in this country? What are we exporting from this country? When ordinary toothpick, at the point in time I actually debunked that it's not possible. But if you travel to Ota, one of the industrial hub of Nigeria, or you travel to Aba, you notice that all that are used in production, they are all from the Western world. Import, they are all import products into this country. So why not? Why would our local currency move there? And again, look at the number of our students, or number of our people that are traveling abroad, and the money is not forthcoming. Pounds is not coming in. Dollar is not coming in. We are not producing anything. Virtually, we are more or less like a consuming state. We consume anything consumable. When ordinary small kids in China, they are producing communication gadgets. So, what gives strength to your currency is a level of production and a level of engagement, foreign policy that you have with the Western world. But Nigeria, for instance, we've been so deficient in that regard.
Okay, all right. Okay, thank you very much for that. And I'm trying to get this done, but I don't think it's necessary. But I really wanted to talk on Buhari says no house in the UK, but we have seen so many people coming out to
it has been a subject of controversy lately.
Of controversy, and do you think no house in UK? Do you think that's really true?
I wouldn't even want to comment on that. Why should we leave Nigeria when we have our own peculiarity? Do you know how many people are sleeping under the bridge in this country? Do you know what we are facing on a daily basis in this country? Let us fix our problem first. That's how we could. I never stop. It baffles me sometimes when our soldiers are sent to the neighboring country to go and to salvage some situation. When here in our country, terrorists, in short, to the extent that even the seat of power is under threat, terrorists are warning the president not to even to be very careful that they are going to destroy the Aso Villa. So I think, in my opinion, that calls for.
I don't think we need to dwell on that much, because we know what is happening to journalists nowadays whenever we comment on this kind of stuff. But
no, but
see,
let me tell you that either we need to speak truth to power. The problem, if there's something we need to talk about, we just have to talk about it.
Yes.
Either it is palatable in the ears of the audience or not, but the truth needs to be told. So God is our strength.
So I guess I've really taken much of our time on this, so I think we should reflect to punch.
Okay, just before I kicked up on the Vanguard, I just use the word biblical allusion of God is our strength. Anyway, but it's all good. And many a times we have to say God bless Nigeria too.
And God bless us.
Yeah, God bless us too. Anyway, on the front page of Vanguard, Tinubu, U.S. tax, APC PDP campaign trade war. Over $460,000 has been alleged to under the name of Bola Tinubu, and then there's a kind of a trade-off war between the APC and the PDP. And again, 6.1 trillion naira to Nigerian GDP. This is coming from Sirica. Certified Nigerians Haidu as foreigners take over Trans-Sahara pipeline. Where the job? Assailant abducts BDC driver in Ondo, demands 10 million ransom. Tech funds surpasses 2022 EDT music downloaders. That's very good news on under there. 2 abducted clerics regain freedom. Group appeals to Ibori Uduagan to rescue Delta. And again, on Vanguard, cleric advocates more assistance for victims nationwide. I mean, these are victims of floods.
Yes,
the recent natural disaster. And finally, kidnapping. Police beef up security at Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, Unigari access. Mr. Sam, I would like to place emphasis on 2 key notable ones here. And the first one is assailant abducts BEDC driver in Ondo, demands 10 million naira ransom. Don't forget, BEDC driver. It's not the manager of that company, a driver of that company. Now the assailants, they are demanding for 10 million naira. Don't you think this wickedness of highest order?
Yeah, it's wickedness of highest order. But one thing I really want to take out of these assailants and the driver is that there must be an insider. This is where we are getting it wrong, and this is what we should look into very well. I think it's high time that we use this closed circuit camera, and we have been saying it that even that our voice will be mounted on it. We have some that voices are mounted on it. We should get this thing correct from home.
Okay.
Yes, because this thing, see, there is this adage that says there is no smoke without fire.
Yeah. To every action,
yes,
there's a reaction.
There's a reaction.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reaction. It means that we need to be very vigilant. And once this thing is done, once they requested for this ransom, I'm telling you, you at the end of the day, they might tell you that it might be publicized that ransom was not given and it was released.
Anyway, before I drop on that particular news, I would like to go quickly chip in this. The 2 abducted clerics regain freedom. Don't you think kidnapping is becoming a lucrative business in this country?
Now, that's exactly what I'm about to say. 2 clerics regain freedom. Now, the news is incomplete. The reason why I said the news is incomplete is this. Okay, and this also amount was paid, or after this also amount was paid, but the headline was just that 2 clerics were gained their freedom. They can't just gain their freedom on the platter of gold.
They must have paid. They must have paid
for it.
Now,
this is where
anyway, let's not really dwell on that, because the onus lies on the table of the government. Actually, one of their responsibility is to protect the citizens. Why is it that on a daily basis people are being kidnapped, ransom are paid, and only little or no arrest has been made.
Okay.
What do you think is wrong with this country?
See, I wouldn't want to blame I wouldn't want to put all the blame on federal government.
Okay.
And I wouldn't want to put all the blame
So
on our security
you want to
personnel.
blame me?
Yes, I want to blame you also. I want to blame the whole citizen. You know, there's always an ally somewhere. When you see a strange face, when you see a strange movement in your community, you should.
How many people do you know in your street? Sorry,
in my own street?
In your street?
How many people do I know in my street?
Okay, just the top tongues in cheek.
Yes.
But anyway.
But at the same time, we should be very vigilant. We should be
Our security, we all have to. It's a collective responsibility.
Yes, we have these toll-free numbers. Just toll-free. Okay. Something happened like 2 years ago. A lady came to report to me that somebody is using a Facebook account to do something else. Do you know the person? Yes. And if you contact the person was just like, yes, I'm using it. Okay, I said, okay, invite the guy that your brother wants to see, that your brother wants to see him. Then I called the police. So when the man came, he was just like, okay, why are you using this account? I said, Oga, that's him, arrest him. And that's the way that's how it ends.
Okay.
So if we don't do our own part, this crime rate will still continue, and it still continue to multiply.
Do you know why I'm always on the neck of the government? Because when you look at the whole of London, I know one of these days I know you're going to go there, right? And when you look at the whole of London, when you look at the number of the population in United Kingdom, and look at the number of their security operatives, you will give kudos to them. But just imagine 200 million plus Nigerians and less than 500,000 police security operatives.
These less than 500 security operatives, federal government is still holding them.
Even at that, good number of those police officers are attached to private individuals at the detriment of so many Nigerians.
And that is when they get their work correctly. But when it comes to public service, they just do it the way they like.
And you could see now that when I said the honus, the box lies on the table of God, we need to get governance correctly. Not until that we keep on nibbling around and Anyway, finally, before I dropped on Vanguard this morning, I would like to let's talk about this flood victim. Cleric advocates more assistance for flood victims nationwide. Take a look at what happened recently. Natural disaster, flood. In let's say in the northern part of Nigeria, you've got to see how water leveled up homes and Lagos too. Lagos is not exempted. Recently, the Lekki Peninsula and what have you, and even the rivers, Port Harcourt, some good to the extent that even the world leaders were commiserating. They were sending their messages to Nigeria as regards those who are victims of that disaster. Don't you think it is high time our government come together and draw a holistic plan? Like I said, London is built on water. I've been saying it over and over again, but never have we had that they experience any kind of because they plan. Because to fail to plan is to plan to fail. Not my question is, don't you think it is high time we are serious in this country?
Okay, let me use this language that it don't happen take. We're waiting there for you do. Now, my own is precaution at times is teaching in time save lives.
Yeah, that's true.
It happens some years, maybe 10-15 years ago, that we have this market, Ogunpa market. You know how this flood disasters destroy so many things.
And the government came on board and they planned. Look at how they widen up the drainage system. And today
there is no amount of water, there is no amount of flood that can cut anything away or swipe anything away again. But I see this thing that
who is going to enforce the law? It's still the government that will enforce the law.
But what I think the citizens of these affected states should do is that even during rainy, during dry season, they shouldn't shut up their mouths. Once we are in dry season now, everything is going smoothly. They will all forget what they have gone through. They will all forget that there is going to be flood next year. So they will fold their hands, and once the government is coming back, they won't even have it in their budgets. So I think this is a high time that we should have this thing like a buckler on our neck. That okay, if we don't do this thing, it's going to kill.
It's going to affect us.
It's going to affect us. Let's see it as poison, as something that is poisonous. That this thing will surely kill us if you don't act on time.
If you don't kill it first, it's going to kill you.
It's going to kill you.
That's it. That's a lovely one. That's a lovely one. Yeah. I think we've exhausted our papers this morning. Viewers at home, you've had it all. This is our show for today. Do join us next time for another exciting episode. Until then, remain your humble host. Bye for now.
Bye.